I'm Cadet Ayan Sigun Magallaon and we are the Group 6. We are here to report about Mooring Equipment Guidelines 4th edition or MEG4 and mooring system design. So, mooring a ship to a berth is a common function for the maritime industry. However, incidents that harm ship and terminal personnel still occur. This publication establishes recommended minimum requirements that will help ship designers, terminal designers, ship operators, and mooring line manufacturers improve the design, performance, and safety mooring system. The Mooring Equipment Guidelines has been fully reviewed and updated for the 4th edition. First is new chapters and case changes include enhanced guidance for the purchasing, condition monitoring, and retirement of mooring lines and tails. Enhanced guidance on documentation of mooring equipment. New chapter on the human factors in mooring design. New chapter on jetty design and fittings. New chapter on ship shore interface. New chapter on alternative technologies. And the next reporter is Cadet Matias.
So good day, I'm Cadet V. Matias and I'll discuss about new terminology in the updated for the 4th edition of Mooring Equipment Guidelines. So ship design minimum breaking load or ship design minimum breaking load or MBL is the meaning. The meaning is the minimum breaking load of new dry mooring lines for which a ship's mooring system is designed to meet OCIMF standard environmental criteria restraint requirements. So OCIMF means Oil Companies International Marine Forum. So nylon or polyamide mooring lines should be specified as brake tested wet because nylon lines change strength characteristics once exposed to water and generally do not fully dry to their original construction state. The ship design MBL is the core parameter against which all the other components of a ship's mooring system are sized and designed with defined tolerances. So, line design brake force or LDBF, it is the minimum force that a new dry spliced mooring line will break at when tested according to Appendix B of MEG4. So, as outlined in Appendix B, when selecting the lines, the LDBF of a line shall be 100 to 105% of the ship design MBL. The LDBF for nylon mooring lines should be specified as brake tested wet because nylon lines change strength characteristics once exposed to water and generally do not fully dry to their original construction state. So, the new terminology in the updated for the 4th edition of Mooring Equipment Guidelines, Working Load Limit or WLL. So, WLL means the maximum working load designed by the manufacturer. This load represents a force that is much less than that required to make the lifting equipment fail or yield. The WLL is calculated by dividing MBL by a safety factor or SF. So, in the same way that SWL or safe working load is a limit for fixed equipment, the WLL value is used as a limit with the standard environmental criteria and mooring layout when designing mooring systems in establishing mooring system designs. So, steel wire ropes have a WLL of 55% of the ship design MBL and all other cordage have a WLL of 50% of the ship design MBL.
So hello, good day sir. So I'm the Cadet Carjo Petmancao. So mooring system management plans, which is MSMP. The MSMP, which will complements the ship's safety management system through a goal-based approach. Core elements of the mooring system are identified against with high-level goals are established, supported by the more detailed functional requirements A register of the mooring system components is maintained for the ship's life, and accompanying mooring system management plans registered, which is MSMPR. So, bridge procedures, preparation for arrival port. Arrival at port is an important part of the ship's voyage, and there are actions to be taken aiming to ensure the smooth sail and safe approach of the ship at port. Failure in carrying out the appropriate procedures might lead to unfavorable situations both for vessel and port. Operations should understand that there are some important preparation to be done with a ship arrives at port. Such procedures are considered critical as there are a number of complexities involved and require both engine and deck departments to be prepared in order to enable safety and for ship and crew.
Actions prior arrival. Step 1. The crew should focus on key issues related to safe entrance, berthing, and cargo operations of ship at the port and subsequently complete the pilot card. Step 2. The passage plan should be updated and approved by the master, who should also be in constant communication with the chief officer and chief engineer in order to keep them informed well in advance for the time of arrival. Step 3. A meeting attended by senior officers and the officers is crucial in order to discuss and clarify all necessary issues before arrival. So, key points to be aware of. It is important to note that any action related to this kind of operations should be checked by the officer in charge with the use of preparations for arrival. So, checklist which may contain all the items that the crew should concentrate on. So this checklist should be placed in the bridge and be complete and signed prior arrival. So then the results of the checking procedures should be mentioned in the deck logbook. So key points for safe arrival at port. So the main engine of ship should always be tested. The testing is generally done before the pilot board the ship. So additionally, a careful testing of all important machinery system is needed, such as the steering gear, generators, important navigation equipments, ICDIS, compasses, or etc. So thrusters and mooring winches before the maneuvering process starts. Also anchors maintenance and clear before use should always take prior arrival. So a useful checklist aiming to provide the necessary steps is required to achieve vessel's proper preparation before entering the port. So like the one provided by the SQE Marine here below, containing the following sections. So first is the passage plan, the equipment checks prepared and tested and ready for use, the before arrival, and port and pilotage requirements. So that's all, sir.